So when you're looking for a new van conversion, these are the top 10 tips, and these are things that you need to be looking for. So the first thing is make sure that both the seats swivel in the cab area, and this will allow you to optimize this cab area and fully utilize it. Also make sure that this upright has sufficient distance away from this bulkhead, otherwise you won't be able to get the seat back. So tip number one, optimize the seating area by having twin swivel seats, and also very importantly make sure that you've got this raised floor area. Often you'll see this area cut off and your feet will be dangling in the air. So swivel seats, raised floor, and the option to have a table in there works very well. So that's number one, watch out for your swivel seats. Number two, make sure the fridge is at a user-friendly height. No more scrambling around. Traditionally you'll see a lot of the older designs have got the fridge on the underneath the wardrobe. So tip number two, make sure that the fridge is easily accessible. Tip number three, make sure that the oven is in a well ventilated area. You'll see a lot of van conversions with the oven virtually in the lounge. Avoid that at all costs, because when you're cooking all your spits and spots will go into your lounge and onto your upholstery. So make sure that the oven is in this well ventilated area here, away from your lounge. Also, when you're looking at the kitchen area, make sure that you've got scope to add additional flips. So often you won't have this side flip. You'll see this more commonly, but often you won't have this end. So make sure that you've got scope to extend the kitchen very easily. In the washroom, my tip there would be to make sure that you've got, if you're going to use the shower a lot, make sure that there's a separate shower tap. You can get the shower mixers, which do work quite well, but a separate shower and the flip-up basin allows you to use the space in the washroom particularly well. But a corner basin and with a tap also works. This is really important, and it's something that you will see a lot of. You've got to make sure that these back cushions are at the right height. They should hit you in the middle of your back up here. What you will see is lots of small cushions, and the reason you'll see small cushions is because they've taken this gap here, divided it by 2, and then you end up with these tiny little cushions. You'll also see cushions that sit in and with another floppy cushion almost hanging on the top here. So watch out for those. Avoid the small cushion, because that will really be uncomfortable. It's not something that you would necessarily think of, but it's something that we have seen in the past. So the other thing that I would aim to do is have this wrap round lounge area here, and that will allow you to have this comfy seating area. It'll stop the cushions dropping off, and it will also give you the storage underneath, which again is really important. Not sure what number we're at, but I'd say we'll go in at number 8. This is really important, and you will see a lot of vans with single glazed windows running all the way around the van. It's what we would call a window van. Make sure that all the windows open, and make sure that all the windows are double glazed. You will see a lot of these glass single glazed vans which they cool in the winter, and they're red hot in the summer. So watch out for the single glazed windows. Also, a tinted window also is a really good tip to look for, so that when people are walking past, they're not looking in at your stuff. So the other thing, the final tip would be to make sure, we'll just walk around here and show you this boot area here. So the final tip number 10, would be make sure you have a big boot area. Often with van conversions you'll have just these 2 bench seats, which are kind of fine, but the problem with that arrangement is there is no boot space. So it's chairs, it's barbecues, it's chocks, all that kind of outdoor stuff. the boot is going to be really important, so watch out for the boot and make sure it's a really deep boot and make sure it's high as well. So this arrangement here does work particularly well.